John and Matthieu from CordenPharma. Could you please introduce yourselves?
Yes, my name's John Cameron. I'm the Global Platform Director for Injectables at CordenPharma.
And I am the global responsible for the lipid and lipid nanoparticles platform at CordenPharma.
How has CordenPharma expanded its capabilities to meet the growing demand for parenteral therapies, relying on LNP-based formulation and manufacturing, and how does CordenPharma support this growth?
So LNPs is an area that we see as rapidly expanding. Within the CordenPharma network, we help customers by offering an integrated supply. So that includes lipids, LNP development, LNP manufacturing, and fill finish all under one roof.
Following on from that, how does CordenPharma support this growth?
So we've recently completed a €15 million investment in a new LNP GMP manufacturing suite. This will allow us to manufacture LNPs and other types of nanoparticle products, both at clinical scale and large-scale commercial manufacturing.
What strategies do CordenPharma use to ensure smooth scale-up from clinical to commercial manufacturing while maintaining GMP standards?
So we use a quality by design approach with a risk-based evaluation. This strategy may encompass the use of downscale models or the analysis of each unit operation, specifically looking into critical process parameters.
With your expertise in injectables, John, how do you ensure sterility, stability, quality, important packaging elements such as sterilisation?
So the site is based on 25 years of sterile injectable manufacturing. Quality is central to everything we do. On the site, we have 2 microbiological labs and 2 full chemical analysis labs. We offer substantial regulatory and filing experience with over 110 markets served with commercial products. The LNP suite is located above the SAP-controlled warehouse that offers full aggregation and serialization.
Matthieu, what novel lipids have CordenPharma recently developed to further support targeted xRNA drug delivery, including gene therapy, and what important benefits do they offer innovators?
So we have developed very high pure beta-sitosterol to meet the market demand. For that, we have been using sustainable starting materials that we are purifying to the very high-grade material. Now we decided to also produce those materials under GMP. The second part of the offering we have developed recently is on the polymer. Again, in the formulation of LNP nanoparticles, you have 4 components and one of them is a PEG polymer. What we decided is, in order to support the non-vaccine therapeutics, to see if there would be an alternative of PEG-free polymers. So with our local specialists, we designed a new polymers which is completely not designed around the PEG, and we have patented this technology, and now we are offering that to our customers to see if it's working with their modality.
CordenPharma recently announced its partnership with Certest, adding ionizable lipids to CordenPharma's complex LNP formulation services. How do these lipids benefit your customers?
Yes, a very important component of the LNP formulation is the ionizable lipid. The ionizable lipid, this is a component that is going to interact with a payload, for example, the mRNA. At Corden, we decided not to develop our own ionizable lipid, so we were focusing on the sterols, the polymers, but not on the ionizable lipid. On the other hand, we wanted to offer ionizable lipid to our partners, our customers. So we decided to partner with a company that has their own IP around this ionizable lipid, and Certest turned out to be a very strong partner. They have a full library of ionizable lipid that they have patented, they own the IP, and at Corden, we can use those ionizable for the LNP formulation that we have been doing in Caponago and offer that to our customers. The strength from Corden is not only on the formulation, on the LNP formulation, but also on the manufacturing of those lipids. We have demonstrated, especially during the pandemic, that we can produce those ionizable lipids at a very large scale, but also more important, very pure. So here we are the right partner for Certest to supply the market with very pure ionizable lipid, and Certest is helping us on the designing which lipid would be the best depending on the modalities. We have some examples where, depending on where you want, which tissue you want to go, you might use one or the other ionizable lipid. So depending on the demand, we might, let's say, adapt the formulation depending on the need of the customer.
Can you explain how CordenPharma's LNP Starter Kits simplify the formulation process for companies looking to develop mRNA therapies?
When you start LNP formulation, you want to understand how you will formulate your payload. And you don't have always at the start of your project the right tool, I mean the right lipids, to kick off the formulation screening. So we decided at Corden to prepare an LNP starter kit where you will see in all the different positions the 4 lipids that are key for the formulation. We have designed the kit in a way that in each of the vials you have the right ratio for a typical formulation. So we offer different types of LNP starter kit where you can do a screening. Also, you may want to benchmark your formulation against state of the art, like for example, the formulation from Moderna or the formulation from Pfizer-BioNTech. So if you buy one or the other kit, you can either benchmark your existing formulation or develop your screening with the different kits. In addition, when you look at the quantity you get in one LNP starter kit, it's not only for screening. The quantity we are putting inside is quite big for this space. And if you're happy with one of the kits, you can further continue the process development with this single kit. So it's not only for the first small trials, it can really stay with you for some time during the process development.
What green technologies did CordenPharma employ to ensure sustainability for innovative supply chains?
The main driver when you produce those ionizable lipids is a final purification. When you purify product like peptide, but this is also the case for the lipid, you need a huge amount of solvent. So you can easily, like for 1 kilogram of a lipid, like 2,000, 3,000 kilograms of organic solvent. So it's a huge amount of waste. So we decided post-pandemic to see what could be the innovative alternative for purification. And we decided to go into SFC. SFC stands for supercritical fluid chromatography. So what is it at the end? Is you will take CO2, you will compress it to make it liquid, you will increase temperature, it's becoming supercritical. Once it's becoming supercritical, it can be used as a solvent to purify your lipid, for example. The beauty of this technology is not only because we are using recycled CO2, but directly in the manufacturing suite, we can directly recycle on the spot 98% of the CO2 that is from the process. So this is, I think, for us a very good alternative when it comes to sustainability for the manufacturing of our lipids.
Regarding integrated supply, what key trends are you seeing in lipid, LNP and injectable manufacturing that are shaping the future of drug delivery?
Well, one of the really key areas at the moment is targeted delivery of LNPs. Typically, LNPs are directed towards the liver and to the spleen, but it's very important to be able to direct them to other tissues and organs.
In that regard, if you consider the LNP formulation itself, you have 4 components. If you play around with a different lipid composition, you may have the chance to do passive targeting. On the other hand, you may be also interested in being more active in the targeting, and what we will do, together with our team in the formulation, we will do decoration of the LNP nanoparticles. And how we do that is, once we have created the LNP shell, the LNP nanoparticles, post-process we will add a vector, which could be a peptide, ADC, a small molecule, a GalNAc. The good thing is at Corden, we are very strong expert in peptide manufacturing. So when it comes to designing the peptide, we can easily back integrate also the manufacturing of the peptide, which could be the same for GalNAc, could be the same for small molecule.
Can you tell us more about your integrated services within this area?
So we have already discussed the lipid part, we have discussed the formulation part. Now when it comes to payload, you have the possibility to have as a payload different oligos, siRNA, and we have now reinvested in our site in Colorado to support our customers also for integrated these APIs in those LNP formulation. In addition to that, we see a lot of formulation which are developed using mRNA. This is not something we can do at CordenPharma. So we decided to have a very strong partnership with WACKER, and WACKER has a very strong competencies in developing and supplying mRNA to the market. So when it comes to fully integrated solution, if a customer comes to us, then we can really offer the end-to-end solution, even if it is with mRNA.
John, Matthieu, thank you very much.
Sure.
Our pleasure.